2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Garden and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
First run now for Kyron Williams. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Now Stafford. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now a 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. He gets this to Davante Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. 20, 10, touchdown, L.A. Davante Adams, 44 yards. And the Rams put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead.
The score, Rams 7.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a Southern California kid. Played his college ball in L.A. at USC. At quarterback, it's Sam Darnold. Looking to put a drive together. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
1 yard gain.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Darnold. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3 and out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Now it's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And Walker once more. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Byron Young there on the stop. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Darnold. Going deep for Walker. And this is caught. Touchdown. Ken Walker, 61 yards. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against him with one of their own. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better.
But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them a possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd and 5. Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 22.
22 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. A gain of 22 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards. Makes it 3rd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Weak Woolen on the coverage there defensively.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Nice little juke. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And that is incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Xavier Smith deep for L.A. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Play action. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Stafford now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. To throw is Stafford. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Again, it's Stafford. That is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down.
First and 10.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, second and 15. Back to throw, Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. From 10 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Up the middle, here's Walker. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw is Darnold. Now be taken in by Shaheed. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 39. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Now Darnold. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's Darnold. And Walker has it. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Darnold. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. From 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are back within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there, tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Well, now how about this return? And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They try the left side here with Williams. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, Rams.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. On the sneak, it's Stanford. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The sneak successful from a yard out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Now the try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
Darnold now to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second down and 8. Out of the gun, Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. To the air again, Stafford. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That is incomplete. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Back to throw, Darnold. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Now it's Darnold. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
2nd and 10. Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Play action. It's Darnold. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the 1st down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
From his own goal line, Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That's complete. Jordan Whittington. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Play action. Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
48-yard line.
A give to Williams, running right. Down to about the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Again, it's Williams. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Stafford. And it is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The busy night continues for Williams. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9. Off the option, here's Williams. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
Gain of 16 yards. That's another Rams 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Up the middle, it's Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
That's another Rams 1st down.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his 1st sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He's going to get it running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Throwing is Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. And making the tackle there, Jacoby Durant.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Darnold. He'll try and do this himself. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Straight ahead, Walker. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. As Shaheed going to go in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, this is Walker. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
That's returnable now for Smith. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
That's a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Gets past one man. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Option play, they'll give to Walker. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Here's Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Darnold now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the
in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's second and 5. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2 yards to go, second down. On the toss to Charbonnet. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Seahawks 21. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here, all right? Let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
first down. First and 10.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now a play fake and it's Stanford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Throwing on second and long. Darnold. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw, Darnold. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Off of play action, Darnold. That is caught at the 7. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a first and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that is going to put them up by 1, and it sets us up for quite a finish here. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The visitors' offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stafford. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here's 2nd down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now it's Stafford. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Stafford now to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
Yeah, you just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lapse. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Now Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
The Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
The Rams will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now Darnold and the Seahawks down by 5, 43 seconds to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold. Open man right side is cut, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
2nd and 6 coming up. Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now Darnold. He's got his man. Complete to Smith and Jigba. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. This for all the marbles. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, and this is nervous time now. They decided to go for it right there. Fortunately, still a little bit of time left for another shot, but this one almost certainly has to be in the end zone.
One last throw now for Darnold. This for all the marbles. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.